Hi, everybody. Happy Tuesday. 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 How we doing today? How are we doing today? So, it's been a week since my last live, and I said I'm going to stay consistent. So, here I am. Here I am. Here I am. Woo-hoo. So, if you hear live, great. If you're not, and you look at it later, grab your drink. Don't worry, ain't nothing but sugar-free lemonade. That's my new joint. Okay, so I wanted to get on here and have a little chit chat with you. We still got a little sunlight, so I'm looking a bright mess. I got my little sweater on because it's cold up here. It's chilly. In my wiser age, I get a little bit chilly more often. So here to chit chat for a little bit. I'm gonna take my time. Don't rush me. Okay? Don't rush me. I'm gonna take my time. Okay? Okay. Because I'm learning in my more experienced years that I don't like to be rushed. I'm going to take my time. I move at my own pace. You know how some older people, we call them elders, and they talk real slow, and they take their time to get their conversation out, and they take time to get their point across. I'm not quite there yet, but I understand them. Don't rush me. I live long enough for you not to rush me, and I'm gonna take my time and get my thoughts out so they come out clear and concise. So, happy Tuesday. With further ado, I'm gonna say what needs to be said, and I say this in the spirit of I gotta give my disclaimer. Oh, I was about to say I'm no doctor. That's a lie. I am a doctor, PhD, but I'm no medical doctor. Ooh, no psychologist. But I am a doctor. Got to pat myself on the back. If you don't give yourself kudos, then who gonna give you kudos? I don't wait for nobody to praise me. I praise myself. Ooh, that's a word. It's a message. It's a message. Get it. Get it. Catch it. Catch it. Okay. So, let me give my disclaimer. I'm no medical doctor. I'm no psychologist. I'm no psychologist. All those psychologists, counselors. I'm none of those things. I'm just a girl that's just been through some shit. That's it. Just a girl that want to share some experience and thought processes with others simply because I can, simply because it hits my spirit. So, I know last week I talked about how I had a conversation with a friend of mine and about how they felt about themselves and how they felt unappreciated and unheard. Well, today I had in my description, what does happiness look like to you? How you define happiness? Are you happy with your life, with yourself, with who's in your life? Are you happy? Think about that for a minute. Let's let that resonate. Are you happy? What does happiness look like? How do we define happiness? Is it to wake up every day with joy in your heart, or wake up every day when everything goes right, or just the fact that you wake up? Ooh, because somebody somewhere didn't make it today. Somebody somewhere did not wake up. God didn't breathe life into them today. So somebody somewhere didn't make it today. So that's happiness number one for me. Okay? Let's get that out there real quick. That's what happiness looks like to me, partially. Okay, so I want to ask that question, and I'm going to back it up with some more information about that. What does happiness look like to you? What does happiness feel like? Can you touch it, taste it? What makes you happy? Okay? I have some things that make me happy. It ain't the things that make other people happy, but it make me happy. It make me smile. It make me enjoy the little bit of life in life journey. What makes me happy? Sitting in a quiet room with my own thoughts. That's happiness for me. Sometimes I just need to be by myself and alone in my own thoughts to figure out what I'm doing, how I'm feeling. Sometimes you got to be alone to be able to get that in your spirit. You got to be alone in your thoughts sometimes. It's not selfish. Self-care, not selfish. It's a difference. It's not being selfish, it's self-care. I know a lot of us are mothers, wives, girlfriends, boyfriends, dads, parents, and have significant others, and you're taking care of parents taking, I mean, it's just a lot. I have 3 kids and a husband, and I work full time, and up until February, I was a full-time student. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot if you're giving of yourself. And sometimes as adults, as women in particular, because I can only speak from my perspective as a woman, we give of ourselves a lot and we go on autopilot. We don't even know what happiness looks like for us. We don't. We just do. We just go. We just do. Doctor's appointments, school appointments, our appointments. We just, we put ourselves on the back burner. Okay? So, what does happiness look like? So to me, like I said, sitting in a quiet room alone with my own thoughts, that's happiness. That's one thing of happiness. Okay? A good book is happiness to me. Sometimes it can be full of meaningful stuff, or it can be one of them little murder mystery novels. John Grisham I'm a huge fan of him and his work, along with Mary Monroe, Sojourner Truth. I mean, just a lot of different people. I love a good book. And what a good book means to me may not be a good book for you. Love a good book. My kids sleeping, that's happiness to me. Because when that means it's quiet. When my kids are asleep, that's happiness to me. I don't know about nobody else. But that sure brings joy to my heart. Okay. So, freshly baked bread is happiness to me. Whether I choose to eat it or not, the fact that I can smell it and I know what it'll taste like, that is happiness in a bun. Okay. So, I had to throw food in there because that wouldn't be me. I wouldn't be me. How am I sitting here and say, I'm going to tell you about what my happiness looks like. And I don't talk about bread. Okay? That's a lover and a friend and a homie. Bread is a homie, lover, friend. Okay? My husband know about it. He know when we got together back in 1997, he knew that I came with baggage. And some of that baggage looked like a loaf of bread. Because it was a loaf of bread. So I've been battling with bread and my relationship with bread since we've been together. So he know. I don't bring the bread in the bedroom. We don't do that. Okay? But it is in our home. It is in my relationship. So he just got to make peace with it. He not a big bread connoisseur. And that works for me. I don't do seafood. He don't like bread that much. That's probably how we made it this long. But I don't want to digress. Okay. So what does happiness look like to you? What does it feel like? What does it taste like? Are you waking up every day choosing to be happy? Are you letting what's going on around you dictate your day? And I tell you, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, on Sunday, I wasn't in a good mental space. I went and got a facial done, hoping that was going to help my attitude. It didn't. I was just in a funk. I found out why I was in a funk, but I was in a funk. So every day is not a day that you wake up with joy and happiness. You have to choose it. You have to choose joy. You have to choose happiness. And so my question is, what does happiness look like to you? And are you choosing happiness every day? I'm going to choose to be happy no matter what. No matter if I go out and I drop something, I fall down, because I fell down a couple of weeks ago. I didn't drop my cup. How about that? Cup didn't fall. I fell. Cup stayed in my hand. So I say, hey, the bright side is I might be bruised up, but my cup's still intact. It didn't break my cup. Okay. And I say my cup because this is my favorite cup now, because my cousin brother got me this cup. Okay. No, I don't like seafood. I am black. I'm not adopted. Thank you, Sean. Because I get that question a lot. And yes, born and raised in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and I don't like seafood. Okay? Yeah, there it is. Something that you've learned today that you didn't learn before. Jillian Sessions Stackhouse doesn't eat seafood. Okay? There it is. It's out there. Judge me all you want to. But if you invite me to your seafood party, I won't eat up all your shit. How about that? That's the one way of looking at it. I try to pull the positive out of everything. That's it. It's how you don't like seafood, you from the beach. It happens. Okay? I don't like the ocean either, and I'm from the beach. I don't like sand in between my toes. I don't like the feeling of it. Don't feel good to me. So how about that? Okay, we're going to put that out there. So I see some of the folks that joined in. I appreciate it. But yes, I don't like the feeling of judgment I'm getting from you, Sean. I just feel like you judging me. Okay, I feel it in my spirit, like just like a cloud of judgment just rained over my head just now. Okay, so anywho, there's my cup I got from my cousin brother Daryl, and this is the only cup I drink out of. It says Dr. Jill, which is my nice segue. So earlier, I think last week, I don't know what day it was, I posted something about I don't like to be called Jill. My name is Jillian. Please don't shorten my identity to make you feel comfortable. So in my older years, I'm doing fine, Sean. How are you? I know my husband says the same thing. I'm missing out. He had me taste a piece of shrimp. Just wasn't feeling it. And he made me swallow it because he said, you're not going to spit out good shrimp. And I wasn't happy about it. So I didn't like the consistency, didn't like the taste of it. And it wasn't a fried shrimp. It was a boiled shrimp because that's how he liked to cook them. So yeah, I don't know. I missed it. Maybe had I eaten seafood, I wouldn't have grew up as fat as I was. Maybe that would have helped a sister out, but I missed that boat, missed that train. Oh, thank you, Sean. You say we go way back. We do. So I made a post. I posted something the other week, and I said for a long, long time I let people call me Jill, and it's not my name, and I don't like it. So I made a kind of declaration to correct people when they're calling me Jill, to say my name is Jillian. Please call me as such. So a lot of people felt away. I know that's all we can do, Sean, is just live life. I get it. Surviving and maintaining. I'm glad to know you're doing good, though. It's always good to hear from you, brother. So even my husband felt away because he's like, I've been calling you Jill since I've been knowing you, and I'm going to continue to call you Jill. I don't think I'm going to answer. He don't know that yet, but how about that? So a lot of people probably scratching their heads like, so why she got a problem with being called Jill? I know, everybody always said Jill. So if you ever ask me my name, I always tell you my name is Jillian. But people take it upon themselves for whatever the reason and just go, hey, Jill. And I live with it. I just shrugged it off. I said, people are asked, and people are real cool with it. It's like, yeah, how do you prefer? I was like, prefer Jillian. That's my name. And they go, oh, okay. And the next thing you know, they say Jill. I never beat it. I never made it an issue. I just kind of buried it. So as I've grown as a person, and I feel like as I've evolved, I'm not from the same place that Jill is. Jill is a nickname that somebody tell me I'm used to Jill. I know everybody is used to Jill. Everybody. Even my husband we've been married 16 years, and we've been together 20 something years. Yes, that's all he's called me is Jill, other than the regular, babe, sweetie, all that kind of stuff. But I don't feel like at this season in my life, I'm at a place or a point where I feel like Jill is part of my identity. That's not who I am. That's who I used to be. That's how I used to be known. So not saying that I've changed and I'm this whole deep-seated person, but as I've evolved as a spirit, how people used to say, hey, when I was little, people used to give you a nickname. Hey, little JoJo. Hey, little BB around the block, or hey, little whatever. And as you grow up and into an adult, you're like, hey, I don't go by that nickname anymore. Somebody used to call somebody named Michael Mike. Michael may say, hey, I'm Michael. I'm not Mike that I used to be when I was little. That's the nickname that was bestowed upon me as a kid. But now as I evolved as an adult, I don't want to use that name. Just call me by my name. So it's a little bit like that. I'm not going to argue and fight somebody down because they say Jill is not that serious. But if I choose not to address you or what you're saying to me because I'm not acknowledging Jill, my name is Jillian. And I wanted to be respected as such as Jillian. Simply because that's my name. That's my identity. That's who I am. So when you shorten my name because that's your decision to do out of laziness, out of easiness, I don't know. I don't know the rhyme or reason, but I call people their names unless they specifically say, hey, my name is so-and-so, but I go by this. And I'm okay with that. But I go by Jillian. So what's so hard for someone to just say, that's my name, and go by that and call me that. So I say all of that to say this, that I'm in a season right now. I'm in a place right now where I feel like, yes, I know it's a hard habit to break. Somebody said, I've been doing you for a long, long time. You said to me, I say Miss Stackhouse now out of respect. We'll see how long that lasts. It's harder to say Stackhouse than it is Jillian. See, folks. I tell you, boy, folks are trip. I know, because nobody likes to be told I should say this or I should be made to say that. I'm going to figure out my own way of saying that. But I don't know if Miss Stackhouse will last that long either. Simply because that's harder to say. And then we know each other. So I wouldn't dare have you just saying, Miss Stackhouse. I'd be like, come on now. You can use my first name. I'm not that serious. Like, that was for when I was teaching students. Then they had to call me by my last name. But I'm just at a season now, a place now where I want to be identified as the name that I've been given. And it's just that simple. You know, like my niece and nephew go by nicknames, and I won't name their names because that's up to them. And he said, I'm trying to make you laugh out loud. I know. I get it. I'm not, like I said, I don't feel a way out of it. I'm cool. I don't feel like I'm going to be, we can't talk anymore because you're not calling me Jillian. I just feel like I felt like in my spirit, I needed to put it out there. And it needed to be acknowledged because I've never said that to anyone before, except when they go, hey, what's your preference? And I say Jillian. And they go, oh, okay, I'm going to call you Jillian. I start laughing. I go, okay, that's what you say. But it's so much easier for someone to call me Jill. So somebody else said that to me today, even at work, and go, well, I've been calling you Jill for a number of years. It's going to be hard. Just be patient with me. I'm saying it's all good, but understand that people grow and people evolve. And to me, Jill is not my full identity of who I am. I'm living in a space now where I'm being my true, authentic self. And if I'm going to be true to who I am and I'm going to be true to what I'm about, hence me putting these videos out here for me to be vulnerable, for me to talk to people, for me to put myself. I know, don't say decades, Sean. That make us sound real old to me. I ain't seen you in decades. Damn, how many decades we been alive? Jesus, don't keep saying that. Just say a while. Golly. He said, I ain't seen you in decades. You make it sound like I'm like 99 years old. I know some days it seem like that. I know. It's funny. I haven't seen you in decades. I know. I should look different because I don't look the way I did before. I'm working on myself. So a part of me saying that I'm trying to fix my mental space and my physical space because as I mentioned in previous videos, I'm working out on a consistent basis. This month of May will make a full year that I've been going to the gym or working out every week, at least 3 or 4 times a week. So I've been consistent in that. So I'm working on my physical wellness. I'm working in we are getting old. I understand that. I'd like to say we're getting better. We're more seasoned. I think that's what I'm living the spirit of being seasoned as opposed to being old. I'm going to say, I'm seasoned. I know because I feel wiser in my older age. I do. So I'm grateful because not everybody made it to the age we made it to. So I'm very grateful to be the age that I am. And I'm very grateful for my evolving to where I am now. So I'm in a space and time where I feel like I'm working on mental health as well as my physical health. And I think the key to that is being true to who my identity is. My identity is Jillian. My name is Jillian Cole Sessions Stackhouse. It's a mouthful. I don't require people to say the whole thing. But me and my whole true authentic self is Jillian. Jill is what people decided to call me, not what I call myself. I call myself Jillian. I've never signed a thing. I've never said a thing or introduced myself ever as anything other than Jillian. And I know it's hard for some people to kind of grasp that concept, but if you get the levels of deepness I'm giving you here, work with me, stay with me, it's that as you evolve and grow, you realize you're not in the same place that you were when you allowed the nicknames for you to be called a nickname. Like, what's wrong with your regular name? And now, don't get me wrong. My mother was one that she didn't really care for her first name, so she wanted people to call her by her middle name. That was her prerogative. You know, I have a sister now where some people probably don't know that the name they're calling her is her middle name and not her first name because she preferred to go by her middle name. I get it. That's people's preference, and I respect that. I won't call you your first name just because that's your first name. I know it's a long name. In my mind, back when I decided to keep my maiden name, My thought process was, Sean, and I tell you this because I was young, about 20 something when I got proposed. I think I was 21. He was 19. My thought process was, I'm doing an add-on and not a takeaway. So I was like, why do I need to drop off my name because that's what tradition calls for and pick up his last name? I like my name. So I just add on your name. It sounded good at the time, but looking back, they say hindsight is 2020 or 2020 is hindsight. I can't remember how it goes, but looking back, it wasn't the best decision because guess what? When they spell the whole name out, Sean, guess what they call him? It's Jillian Sessions Stackhole. They can't get the rest of Stackhouse there. So now I'm somebody Stackhole and somebody goes Stackhole. I was like, that ain't it. I just couldn't get the rest on the line. So now I'm Jillian Sessions Stackhole as opposed to just being Jillian Stackhouse. So I made that decision. I got to eat it. Yeah, you remember Jill Sessions, see? And in the Sessions, people leave the S off the end. See? And that's the thing that's so funny about it, because people be like, nah, I don't know a Jillian, but I know a Jill. I'm one and the same. So he laughed. He said, no, I'm Stackhole. But that's the thing that I just wanted to get out and kind of put out there. And that's part of me getting back to how I see myself as being happiness. Happiness is living in my true, authentic self, accepting me for who I am, good, bad, or indifferent, and choosing to wake up every day to find something to be happy and joyful about. And that doesn't require any particular person. That requires me making the decision to be happy that day or finding something to be happy about. Because life is so short now. Life is too short now. And if we don't live in the moment and take advantage of the good stuff, that we have to seek out the good stuff. Because the bad is easy. Especially what's going on in the world today. And the way social media have us thinking about our people of color. Like we don't matter and we don't exist and we don't mean anything. You got to find the positive and you got to stay and live in that positivity, because if you don't, the bad stuff will eat you up and spit you out. Like as a person of color, I'd be well within my rights to wake up every day pissed as hell with how the things go on in this world. It's very easy to be pissed. It's very easy to be frustrated with the things that go on around you. It's super easy to be mad, especially in this climate. And I think that's what kind of gets people going, is that we wake up and we've given someone a reason to be mad, giving someone a reason to be angry, because we are well within our rights to be upset with the way the climate is today. And no matter how you feel about it, there are lives being lost that didn't have to be lost. And then, like I said before, I'm speaking from a position of I used to be a police officer. I pulled my gun. One time I pulled my gun, and that's because another person was on the ground fighting with my partner, and it was another person there, and I wanted to keep my eye on him to make sure he didn't do anything. So I pulled my weapon. I had to do a use of force report and everything else. But I also got tased before. That was part of my training in order to have and I wasn't even carrying the taser on me, because at the time I was out of the uniform. I was a plainclothes investigator. So I wasn't even carrying the taser. But they said, well, you want to take the training class for the tasers? And I said, sure, I'll go to the class. And then somebody thought it would have been cute to come and tell the instructor that, I think at the time, I was Stackhouse. I think Stackhouse wanted to get tased first. It was optional. So they came to me and go, oh, we heard you want to get tased, and you should go first if you want to be tased. I was like, who told you that? But being the only female officer, guess what I did? I take every challenge that come my way. I said, damn right, I'm going to get tased and I'm going to go first. And guess when I went first, all the rest of the men in the class is like, now we got to go. We can't have her making us look bad. And let me tell you something. I got tased and that shit felt like fire all up and through my body. Like, how you put your hand over a hot flame and you just feel the heat, and after a while you got to back yourself up. I felt that all up and through my body. It's not a good feeling. So, and the reason why they said, you have the option of getting tased is so you know what it feels like. So before you pull a weapon, before you pull a taser, you know what this is going to do to the other person. I know, I miss those good old days. You don't realize that back in the day, Sean, that the days were good until you get to the age you are now. If I knew then what I knew now, I wouldn't have been in a hurry. I would have stayed in high school, stayed in college. Well, maybe not. Not high school. I had to get out of there. College wasn't too bad, but I would have got out of high school. But they were good old days. They were good times. I think that was a time where we all kind of got along and just was chilling, you know. But that's why they give you the option as a police officer, just to, so you know what it feels like. I've been sprayed with OC spray before. That shit burns. If you ever felt like somebody was trying to pull your vision from your eye sockets, get hit with some OC spray or what they call pepper spray, because it's like different levels to it. You can't even catch your breath. So, like I said, either way it goes, no matter how you feel about any situation or any scenario, people are gone, no longer living, and situations could have went a lot differently. That I say all that to say that. So I'm not going to tread on the negative. I'm not going to talk bad about anybody or anything. Just I'm trying to stay in the area neighborhood of just being positive. Just being a positive person, speaking positivity, hoping that somebody can look at this video, watch this video, and realize and make a choice. That either could be positive or it could be negative. And so I had to make a decision about myself. And now I go into the office probably about 2 days a week. Here's the reason why you see me now and not in sweats, where I'm looking like I got a little resemblance. You say, I know it's a hot mess now. Too much killing going on now. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. You say you stay to yourself. And I think that's one of the tough things too, is that as a person, and like I said, I can't speak for a black man. I've never been a black man, but as a black mother, as a woman married to a black man, and I have 2 beautiful black boys, and I have one, and I tell any teacher this or anybody that asks me, I got 2 boys. One of them is so non-confrontational and just want to chill, and I think the reason why he wear hoodies is because he don't even like to be looked at. He's such a mellow guy. And the other one, if a teacher came and told me, hey, Kay my youngest one, more than likely, he might have been involved in something. But my oldest one, he going to have to be pushed and go there. You're going to have to push that dog into, you know how they say, if you back a dog into a corner, he'll attack. So I can't speak for you as a black man, but I know it's tough. And that's one of the reasons why I put stuff out here, just to be positive, because sometimes you just don't want to hear nothing negative. And I want to always be a person that's serving positivity, and so in my mental health, in my physical health, in my mental wellness, in my physical wellness, I always want to be the one to say, how can I share love and light in the world? And that's it. I don't have an angle. I don't have a gimmick. I don't have a game. I'm not trying to sell you nothing but who you are. I'm not trying to sell you on nothing but yourself. And that's why I'm trying to speak self-love into everything, because in this negative world that we live in, it's so easy for you to doubt yourself. It's so easy for you to look in the mirror and not like what you see back, simply because the world wants you to believe that you're a bad person or you're a bad seed because you don't look the way others look. And I say that speaking from a place of being overweight. Like, I can't begin to tell you how many days I look in the mirror and doubt what I was about, who I was about, because I didn't look the same way, other people looked. I won't say the average, because I don't know what the average is, but I was a person where I used to worry about my self-worth, and I used to think I wasn't worthy, and it's funny because I've been with my husband for 20 something years, and he loved me through a period where I didn't even have love for myself. I'm going to say that again so y'all can hear that and let it resonate. The husband I'm with now, the only husband, he loved me through a period where I couldn't and didn't love myself. He had to love me enough for the both of us. He had to carry the love for the both of us because I didn't have it in me to give at that time, in that moment, because I wasn't in a space where I thought I was worthy of it. And I'm not the only one that has felt that way, is feeling that way. And my thing is, the only thing I want to put out there is to say, you're not alone. You're not alone if you felt like you're not worthy. And if you look at the news media, if you look at social media, they'll have you thinking it. Everybody got these big booty Judies and little teeny waists and big old boobs, and I ain't none of that. I ain't got none of that. I lie. I'm lying. I do got some bunkers back there, but it ain't nothing from nobody put nothing in it. I promise you that. But ain't nothing but bread and biscuits back there, baby. Let me just tell you, okay? Okay. I'm trying. Y'all work with me. I'm trying to give up bread. I break up with bread and we get back together often. And let me take that back to the point. That's why I love my husband, because he don't judge me. Because he'll be like, oh, okay, she giving up bread. Isn't that great? And then he'll see me, he'll be like, I thought we was breaking up with bread. And I was like, don't worry about it. It'll be all right. So I say all of that to say this, that yes, I have a love affair with bread. I'm doing my best. I'm not perfect. I'll be the first one to tell anybody I'm not a perfect person. I'm just a girl that's been through some shit. That's all. So I'm going to wrap up my today's talk by just going back to what I started with and ask, how do you define happiness? What does happiness look like for you? Find it, choose it every day, no matter what. Choose happiness. Choose to be a person that's shedding love and light and not negativity. It's so easy to be negative. It's so easy to be negative on yourself. So easy to be negative about how the world is going around. Quit buying it to eat wraps. It's easier said than done, Sean. Quit buying it. I ain't gotta buy it. I do gotta buy it. But that's not the point. But I'm at a restaurant and they got bread that come out to the table. I just can't say no. You know what? I'm going to give myself kudos because I gave up soda. Okay? So if it's taking me a while to give up bread, don't judge me, Sean. Don't tell me about quit buying it because I can't quit buying it. I still got to go grocery shopping. And in the way that my mind works, I can't walk down the bread aisle because it's calling me. I'll admit, maybe it's an addiction. I don't know. But guess what? I'm willing to work it out and see. I'm willing to try it and keep seeing if it's really an addiction. I can quit. I ain't about to tell you I can quit anytime. I can't. It's not that simple, Sean. So thank you. Just quit buying it. Easier said than done. And I do like wraps. And I have gone there. I'm not, you're right. I don't, let me clear something up for folks, because I couldn't have lost the weight that I lost still hawking down on bread. I have cut back tremendously, but I'm not able to give it up. So when people say, oh, I gave up carbs, I'm not there yet. Okay? You know how some people say, well, I give up meat and I'm a vegan now. I'm not there yet. I probably never will be. I've accepted that in my life, but I'm trying to scale it back. But I'm trying to tell you why I can't give up carbs, because I love bread. And when you had one of my grandmama biscuits growing up, you would understand why a person just can't go letting bread go all willy-nilly. So no, I don't eat it all the time, but I'm just not able to give it up. And that contributed to the weight gain over the years. And now that I've lost some weight, I'm still unable to give it up. You said, just focus, that's better. Good, I'm going to do that. You know, you're talking bad trash to be shy. I didn't say I see you in decades to get on here and be like, just give it up. Can't believe you don't eat seafood. See, you just flooded with a whole lot of judgment, I feel like. I told you I felt just a wave of judgment coming from you. I feel your judgmental vibe, Sean. It ain't cool, but it's all good. I know it's all love. I get it. Because you just putting in what people thinking. I get it. I'm going to focus on me. That's what I'm saying. I'm not a perfect person. I still have my flaws. But just know that we can all do better together. That's why I put it out there. Because I need people to hold me accountable. Mostly. But if you see me eating bread, don't knock it out my hand. Because chances are we'll end up in a fight. That's one thing you don't do. Okay? You don't knock good bread out of a woman's hand. A woman like myself. Because that could end up in something negative. And I don't want to be negative. I don't want to go there. But I will fight somebody over bread if they try to knock it out my hand. That shit will go down. Just saying. You know, I don't want it to get ugly. You know, I got a lot of, talk to me about it first. Don't just come up and be like, you don't need that bread. Shit won't end well, okay? So I gotta put the disclaimer out there. I'm about truth and positivity. And if you're knocking bread out my hand, chances are shit gonna go down. So don't do it. Have a conversation about it. Or after I eat it, be like, you shouldn't have had that. That wouldn't work for you. We'll go there. And I do better. And I'll say I apologize. I'm going to do, we like family show. I know it's all love. I know it ain't nothing negative. I ain't taking nothing negative from it. I can take it the same way I can dish it. So I am good with that. So you ain't got to worry. It take a lot for me to feel like somebody beating me down. I usually just say, just give it up. Don't you know it's easier said than done? Coming from the Fat Girl Chronicles. I'm going to knock it out your hand, and that's why I'm going to make sure that we never in the same town because you're trying to fight. See, did I just make it real clear that if you knock the bread out my hand, it's about to go down, stuff will happen. It'll be some chairs, this'll be some table folding over, some chairs falling down, stuff will just go awry, and I'm trying to stay positive. See, it's always somebody that try to mess with your positivity, so I'm going to knock it out your hand. And I'm going to make sure I don't eat it around you. How about that? So I say all of this to say this, that I want to make sure that I just fall in the space of positivity, a space of light, and find out where your happiness lies. And don't let your happiness be knocking bread out of somebody else's hand. Okay? Don't let that be your life. Because it's a person like me that really struggle in my relationship with bread. And I need allies. I don't need people to judge me. I need people to help me through it. Be like, you really gonna eat all that piece, or eat something, but eat the bread last. Just be helpful in your helping, in your ally stuff, but don't just be so judgmental. So find your happiness, find what makes you happy, choose happiness every day. So I wanted to make sure I post again this week, because I had some folks a lot of folks that look at the video and don't say nothing, but I know a lot of folks be peeping around corners. And I said, peeping around corners, y'all will watch it later, and it's all good. Watch it later. Watch it whenever it suits you. Hell, guess what? You ain't even gotta like it. I ain't even gonna be mad if you don't like it, because you pulling something from it. So you stay looking and lurking. Looking and lurking. I already found that out, because I had some peeps come and tell me some things. So I know that it's getting out there and repeating some of the stuff that I'm saying. So I know it's just gotten around you. No, I don't hate you, Sean. It ain't no love lost. I know you messing with me. I know your personality enough to know that you messing with me. It's all good. I know people got to feel like they got to make it clear, because old mine said, case in point, old Jill would have been ready to throw down and be like, don't talk to me, y'all kind of crazy. No, that's not even where I'm from. I'm not even in I don't even live in that same area anymore. I don't even live in that neighborhood no more, where I'm a bite your head off and talk trash. I haven't given up cursing completely. I don't even know that I'm trying. I just scaled back a little bit. So I'm not trying to stop cursing. That I tell you. I'm just trying not to do it as much. Okay? So, because in my world, a little bit of cursing don't hurt nobody. Help me get my thoughts out. So, I say all of that to say this, that happy Tuesday. Find out where your happiness lies. Choose happiness more than you choose negativity. Even if things not going the way you want them to, choose happiness, choose gratefulness, and go from there with everything. I don't know what that means, Stackhouse. He figuring something out. I don't know. I don't even know where my Stackalicious is, but he's somewhere thinking something. I don't know what that means. He gonna have to explain it to me. I shrug. So choose happiness, live love, live light, have a good day, have a good rest of your week. I think on the East Coast it's 9 o'clock. The sun get ready to set here on No, I didn't say I gave up cursing. I said I was gonna ease up on it. Stackhouse. See what I'm saying? Even my own husband, it be your own family. Stackhouse. No, I didn't give up cursing. I said I'm trying to back up off of it a little bit. That's one thing I'm not trying. I'm trying to give up bread. That's true. I'm not winning that battle, but I'm not giving up cursing. However, I'm just trying to scale it back just a little bit, because there's one curse word that I say together that I shouldn't be saying, and I'm trying to be cognizant of not put it together because it sounds bad. It was nice talking to you too, Sean. It was funny talking with you. So it was good touching base. I'm glad to see you doing okay. Glad to see you living life and pushing through, because life is too short and you always got to give praise and say, good to see you. And that's another thing that people can just do. Give somebody a smile. Good to see you. Nice to know you're doing well. Because with these COVID times, nobody promised tomorrow. It's catching people left and right unprepared. Then he told me get on the stack. I see it be your own people, people you grow up with in the childhood, and your husband. See, it be your own people. It be your own people that do you dirty. But guess what? I'm still choose positivity and find the good. So I'm gonna say kudos to the black men. Y'all stay strong. Y'all keep y'all head up. To the black women, stay strong. Keep your head up. To any other woman of any other national race, white women, keep your head up, stay strong. Same thing for Asian women and every other nationality, Indian women, any other nationality. Keep your head up, stay strong. Any person of color, even a person that's not of color, stay strong, stay positive. Life is too short to have hate in your heart. Life is too short to not choose happiness. Do the best you can, even in those moments where you struggle to find the light. You struggle to find happiness. So, happy Tuesday. Have a good week. I'm going to quit rambling on. And I'm going to cut these fellas short. Because guess what? They around here allying up on me. I'm going to get her. I got her. Go. Really? This what we doing? This how we do. I come on here to speak positivity. And I done connected two brothers saying, I got you. I got it. The foolishness of it all. So I'm not going to take up too much of anybody's time. I appreciate those that can jump on. And for those that's lurking and looking, God bless you. I still love you. And I know you're going to watch this video after I post it. So enjoy it. Have a good day. Enjoy yourself. Yes, my mouth is still hurting. Oh, Sean, let me tell you the foolishness of it all. Okay? So I had to go to the dentist yesterday. I got to get another. Oh, my mouth hurt from all the talk. See, you a hater. I'm leaving. Bye. That's it. I'm cutting it short. I ain't even about to explain nothing else that I was going to explain. I'm going to segue it into next week's conversation. So you have a good one. I'm done talking. I'm going to go back to sipping my sugar-free lemonade. Have a good week. Love y'all. Stay blessed up. Bye.